Hello, everyone. It's Carolyn Moor from Modern Widows Club. Today, I'm going to share a little bit from our legendary widows' stories of legacy and about Coretta Scott King because it is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service, federal holiday. So we are observing that here at MWC. After his tragic assassination on April 4th, Coretta recalled asking herself what she was supposed to do now that Martin was gone, and what she told people was more. A nation watched as a young widow with 4 small children held up a community in mourning, while also facing down those who were not sympathetic to the king's cause. 3 weeks later, she gave a speech in New York's Central Park, saying, "I come to you in my grief only because you keep alive the work and dreams for which my husband gave his life." Her words moved millions. Coretta continued to fight for equality under the law, picking up where King left off, not looking to his past accomplishments, but making his vision her own, adding her powerful light to the movement. In Atlanta, the establishment of the King Center, for instance, was an immediate result of her spirit and her unshakable resolve to help shape the future. To this day, the King Center houses more than 1 million documents and provides programs to train and aid people striving for nonviolent social change around the world. If you have not been there, you should travel to Atlanta and make it a stop. It is quite amazing. Coretta also worked for years to help create a federal holiday in honor of her husband, which was finally established into law in 1984. For more than 40 years, Coretta steadfastly delivered the message of nonviolence and expanded it to include an urgent encouragement to women. She became famous for this saying, "Women, if the soul of the nation is to be saved, I believe you must become its soul." That saying was so moving to me. And in the book, we have something called More Thoughts. So after every legendary widow that we share about their history, I talk about how I personally have been inspired and how it's impacted my life. So I'm going to read just a little bit of what I've written here. When I learned about Coretta and Dr. Martin Luther King's mission, there was something about her that struck me as phenomenal. Her willingness to be the face of resistance, to be a cultural disruptor in support of others being treated unfairly. She was an inspirational warrior for justice and decency. I like to think we would have been on the same side of history if our timing had been aligned, but especially in widowhood. I took her message and let it empower my purpose. I let it inspire me to be strong when I am frustrated and disheartened by what I see happening with widows around the world. The unnoticed and unaddressed child bride marriages, the unprotected fatherless daughters that are feeling the wellspring of the human trafficking industry, forced cultural widow cleansing rituals, widow disinheritance, widows called witches, blamed for their husbands' deaths, and neglected in places of worship, governments, and society. I've been told that my anger toward these and other injustices is not ladylike, that I should sit down and calm down, but I won't do either. Partly because Coretta didn't when she and her husband were told the same. I let Coretta's light shine in me, speaking up against the odds, determined to continue on my path of purpose. I relate to her sadness of loss, her rough road of widowhood. Yet every morning when the sun comes up, Coretta recommitted to the mission she shared with her husband. She knew who she was and what she was capable of. She knew pain and could not stand by to see it being inflicted so unfairly. I share this sentiment with her, as many widows do, no doubt. Deep pain can reshape you into a peacemaker if you let your inner light shine. I just love that reading this back today and sharing it with you, because it really comes back to Modern Widows Club and our mission in making sure that all widows are seen and heard and loved and cared for.